South Africa was supposed to be on its best behavior for the G20 summit.
Can you please speak to us? What is happening right now?
No, guys, this is a peaceful picket, and we've said it, which we want it to be as peaceful as it can.
But instead, the world witnessed chaos.
There seems to be a fight at the moment. Shots fired at the moment, rubber bullets fired into the crowd. Police are firing rubber bullets in order to disperse the crowds at the moment.
With pepper spray in the air, leaders dragged into police van.
We are standing behind. Seems like there's a police officer there that was injured by those the shots that were fired into the crowd. There seems to be
and Operation Dudula and MK party clashing head-on with the SAPS police in a confrontation no one expected to happen.
Put it close up, make it short.
What happened today is just more than a protest. It is a warning sign about a nation boiling under pressure. Stay with me and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and share this video, because what you're about to see in this video will tell you how desperate and the mile that anti-migrant group are willing to go just to get a better South Africa. If today is your first time, don't forget to subscribe, comment and share the video. Now let's get into the video.
Enjoyed this video so far, please do me a huge favor and hit the like button and subscribe. These videos take quite a long time to make, so if you could help me out, I'll love you forever. Thank you all for your support. Now let's get back to this crazy story.
Now, this is the penultimate number and it's number 2. At number 2, I present to you Kweku Afrique. Wow! This guy has a thunderous voice. Like when he speaks, you wanna listen. I've been able to watch a couple of his videos and I sincerely will tell you that he makes great impression in whatever content he's going to present. Thank you so much, Mr. Kweku. Keep up the good work.
So the G20 summit was meant to showcase South Africa's strength. Instead, it revealed South Africa's cracks. World leaders, even if they don't see, they will hear that the atmosphere was not pleasing at all. And that was the exact message that Operation Dudula and MK party wanted to send to world leaders. They wanted to tell them that all is not well in South Africa. And then according to them, they want to highlight the impact of illegal immigration on unemployment, crime and access to services in South Africa. In short, they want to report world leaders that South Africa is breaking out and that things are crumbling with unemployment, people storming the country uninvited without proper documentation, because their president, Ramaphosa, has refused to listen to their cry. That was just the impulse of the protest they wanted to hold during the presence of the G20 summit.
Invitation and the home reception. So His Excellency President Ramaphosa, President of the Republic of South Africa and Chair of G20, Excellencies, Heads of State and Government.
Now, according to Dudula, who is the President of Operation Dudula, the protest is not to disrupt the G20 summit, but only to drum home. He said, and I quote, "The only reason we are going there is to get the attention of the president. We do not want to distract any proceedings. Problems arise only when law enforcement works against communities." And so that was the purpose of they are going there. But then when they go to an extent, the police stopped them from moving further. A certain place was earmarked for the protest, but they also demarcated a place that they called a no-go zone or a no-protest zone, where they were not supposed to get close. That is approximately 1 kilometer to the G Summit, which was the Nasrec Expo Center. They were not supposed to go further, but at the point, the protesters made up of the MK party and Operation Dudula decided to move further than they were given.
Why want to arrest these illegal foreigners in our country.
They wanted to cross boundaries and go where they were not permitted, citing the constitution. This was one of the MK party leaders saying why they need to cross that place.
Here at this particular stage, the police are refusing to allow them to move from this particular area. They state that this is the designated area where they are supposed to protest. Let me bring in the MK party. Sir, the police categorically making it clear that you are not allowed to move from this area. This is the area that's been designated. Your response to that?
Well, first and foremost, the whole point of picketing is to make sure that we send a strong message to the dignitaries that are attending the G20. And so now the situation is that we are placed almost a kilometer away from the Nasrec Expo Center, whereas Section 17 of the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa allows us to protest, or should I say to picket, at least 100 meters away. So here we are placed in front of ordinary traffic of people going to Southgate Mall. It is not them we want to talk to. The people that we want to talk to is President Ramaphosa and all the dignitaries, world leaders that are attending the G20 summit. So what SAPS is doing is actually unfair, and they're depriving us of our constitutional rights.
But the police resisted, preventing them from crossing that place, prevented them from getting close to the no protest zone, and that erupted in a conflict between Operation Dudula, MK party and the police. Eventually, the police fired a tear gas and a rubber bullet to disperse the crowd, and this even led to one of the SAPS police getting injured, and several Operation Dudula and MK members also getting injured, to the extent that Nancy Dabula, leader of Operation Dudula, was pepper sprayed in the face. The police went further and arrested some leaders, especially regional leaders of Operation Dudula and MK party, and placed them in the police vans with the excuse of public disturbance, attempted breach of security zone, and failure to comply with police instructions. So that was the basis upon which the police arrested some of the leaders and placed them. Now, according to SAPS, the protest action, according to the police, the arrest was made because no protest action was permitted near the summit zone. But Dudula and MK party intentionally defied the security laws and went there. That was according to the police. But Nancy Dabula, leader of Operation Dudula, said that that strength that the police are exerting on them should be exerted on criminals and keep South Africa off killers off the street, not them who want the betterment of South Africa.
Here, I saw you were tear gassed and pepper sprayed.
You know, the sad thing is that the force that they're showing to us as South Africans, they can't show it to criminals. That's why we have a Madanga Commission today. When they're supposed to do the right thing to the criminals, they don't do it. Some of us were arrested for fighting crime, for fighting illegality that's happening in the country. We went to take people to the police station who are illegal in the country, and some people were arrested. What's the job of the police if they can't protect the citizens? They're working against us, these people. They're corrupt, these people. Because we don't have 20 rands to give them bribe. That's how they're going to behave. But we know their agenda. It's not going to work like it.
She also added that that was not going to deter them from completing their protest. They are going to finish.
You were tear gassed, you were pepper sprayed. Are you going to stop the protest today?
No, I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to stop. I've been saying this. It means we are civil war. You know, it's only a matter of time where this bomb is going to hit.
Even condemned the protest, calling it security threat to international delegates, because there are a lot of international delegates, president, world leaders in South Africa, and allowing them to protest around will be seen as a threat to all of these people, because nobody knows what will come out of it. The police went further and arrested some leaders, especially regional leaders of Operation Dudula and MK party, with the excuse of public disturbance, attempted breach of security zone, but Dudula and MK party intentionally defied the security laws and went there. That was according to the police. But Nancy Dabula, leader of Operation Dudula, said that strength that the police are exerting on them should be exerted on criminals and keep South Africa off killers off the street, not them who want the betterment of South Africa.
Here, I saw you were tear gas and pepper sprayed.
You know, the sad thing is that the force that they're showing to us as South Africans, they can't show it to criminals. That's why we have a Matanga Commission today. When they're supposed to do the right thing to the criminals, they don't do it. Some of us were arrested for fighting crime, for fighting illegality that's happening in the country. We went to take people to the police station who are illegal in the country, and some people were arrested. What's the job of the police if they can't protect the citizens? They're working against us, these people. They're corrupt, these people. Because we don't have 20 rands to give them bribe. That's how they're going to behave. But we know their agenda. It's not going to work like it.
He also added that was not going to deter them from completing their protest. They are going to finish. Even condemn the protest, calling it security threat to international delegates, because there are a lot of international delegates, president, world leaders in South Africa, and allowing them to protest around will be seen as a threat to all of these people, because nobody knows what will come out of it. Now, the South African police granted an interview to the press, and they revealed that tear gas that we heard, the sound, was rather fired by Operation Dudula. That's according to the police. And they said that they even assaulted a police officer, and that the officer is now receiving treatment after the tear gas was fired. And so they've arrested 2 of Operation Dudula members, and they've also opened a case against them.
We gave them a few warnings to go back to the speaker's corner. They resisted. They started assaulting police officers, started pushing back at police officers. They also then started spraying tear gas. As a result, 1 police officer has been taken to hospital for medical attention. The charges that they're facing: firstly, public violence; the second one, assaulting for police officer and contravention of they had done a court order not to intimidate and harass foreign nationals. So by the actions in trying to block the national and border we see it as an attempt to intimidate and harass foreign nationals. We have arrested 2 individuals, and we have started
So that is what is happening at the G Summit in South Africa. I mean, what do you make of the whole situation? Do you think that the police is on the right side, or you think Operation Dudula is on the right side? Don't forget to leave your comment in the comment section.